Andy, thank you. The governor of Puerto Rico says it will not make a $37 million payment owed to creditors by Monday. This will be the second time the island will miss a payment toward its $72 billion debt. Al Jazeera's Robert Ray is live for us in San Juan. So, Robert, let me understand this. You can't pay down the debt, but government employees get a Christmas bonus this year?
Tony, you've got it exactly right. They do. They received the Christmas bonus. In total, about $120 million distributed to government employees this holiday season. The governor today said that he, even if he wanted to change that, wouldn't have the authority to do it. It's under Puerto Rican law, so he couldn't make any changes to that. But we had a rare chance to sit down with Governor Alejandro Garcia Padilla earlier today and do a one-on-one interview with him. We asked him a multitude of questions. But one of the first questions we asked was, who's to blame for all this debt and the problems here in Puerto Rico?
Congress had its share on the crisis, creating the crisis. Also, more than one governor here took too much loans, and more than one creditor gave us too much money.
There are many people who have criticized the way you've handled this entire situation. They say some of your language has been bombastic, flamboyant. Your reaction?
This is not political. This is not politics. This is mathematics. They just need to look at to the numbers. If they don't like the wording that I have been using, so they should take a look at the numbers, and they will see that there's only one truth.
Tony, he says it's not political, and yet he blames Congress for part of the issues here and blames other governors, previous governors of Puerto Rico. And, we wanted to know what his relationship was with the new Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, and if he feels like Mr. Ryan will make any headway with Congress and the Senate. Here's what he had to say.
I think that he can lead the House to produce a comprehensive bill that allowed Puerto Rico to restructure its debt. We present what they ask, a 5-year fiscal control plan. So they now have our part. We need theirs. And if Congress, if Ryan move, I think that will help the Senate to, or that will compel the Senate to move to.
So, Tony, they're going to default. The payment was expected January 1 because of the holiday. It's been moved up to January 4, which is Monday. But they're going to default on $37.3 million, of which they say those funds were never guaranteed, so it's a wash. They're not paying them.
Well, wait a minute, Robert. This country didn't let the big banks default. They were bailed out. This country didn't allow the auto industry to essentially go underground. The auto industry was bailed out. Will Puerto Rico be bailed out?
Yep. That's a great question. But here's the thing. This is a commonwealth, and a lot of the way it works is like a state. You can't necessarily bail out a state. You can bail out a city or a corporation. But for example, let's look at Illinois, $127 billion in debt. New Jersey, $87 billion in debt. So there won't necessarily be a bailout, but as the governor alluded to us today, and this is one of the first times we've heard him say something like this, in his conversations with Paul Ryan, what he's proposing is a 5-year plan where, the government can take interest on that, and over a course of 5 years, they can figure out how to get this debt down. Whether or not we call that a bailout or a path to reconstruction, you name it.
Yeah, this whole idea of restructuring, we'll see how that works out. Robert Ray for us in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Robert, good to see you. Thank you. And up next on the program.